Oh,
Guys, I'm telling you
that's not
something.
good.
This is a past life person trying to fuck your shit up, okay? This is the real deal, okay? This is a past life soul, okay, that's been trying to follow you and all your lifetime is trying to mess up your path because they know you have a big mission here. What else? They're obsessed with you and they're confused. They're in a delusion. They have this obsession with you. It's like a quiet, secret obsession with you. They act like they hate you, but they're actually obsessed with you. This is a very personal message. Like this is specific. Somebody needs to hear this. I don't know who it is, but God knows. Oh my God! Look at this how this fell out. Entity attachment in the reverse with actual money. You, my friend, have released attachment. This thing was trying to attach to you. God's protecting you. Please thank your angels and your guides and your
Thank you,
dragons,
angels and
your
guides.
ancestors,
Something like
all of
that.
them. Thank God, thank the universe, because they are
So
protecting you.
cool.
There's an entity attachment to this person, and because they have an entity attachment, this thing is trying to attach to you too, you guys. Should we get one more? At least the world is not like that, okay? We're not being this world. I feel like there was somebody, one second, this person was even making you turn your love yourself. It's like this person is affecting you so much, you guys. I don't think you realize it. But you're warming up to yourself now. Okay, I see in the reverse. I'm not even just impressed with what you have in reverse. Okay, you're not putting the world work to yourself anymore. You're showing yourself this self-love. They don't like that, okay? Because this is the answer.
They don't like that.
Guys, so you're doing the right thing, okay? I'm gonna get one more. Just one more. Interesting message. Interesting. That's crazy how that played out like that. Because first of all, it was a third party situation. Telling you there's something that I can watch you. Something in the past life. It's because you're a super Starsky. You
Yes.
should have that certain frequency of God. You've been following me
It's
for
Farsi.
lifetimes. You're in your north node now. You are
Damn, Virgo.
this is not meaning that you've been purified yourself back. You've been purified. Okay? And there's some kind of, for my singles out there, there is somebody coming in for you, okay? And if you are
Hey.
in a relationship already, you guys, this is going to the next level, okay? There's always deeper we can go. This is what's happening. This is the message, and I will end it on this. I'm going to get you an angel number real quick. Holy crap, at least we know you're in your north node. You're a starseed who's in their north node, and there's somebody that's watching you do this, and yeah, they're upset because you made it. That's why we got this. You won. You won. Okay. Alright, let's get you an angel number and we'll close. Wow. You guys, you won the void. You have more control over your life than you realize. So you've been in that void. 1010, it's up to you. So these ideas that you've been wanting to put into motion, it's time. Okay, 0808 swift action. It's time. It's time, you guys. You guys are going on a journey. This is it. This is it.
This is
11,
it.
11, I cannot. It's 0, 0, 0, 0. Look at this.
Right.
I can't. It serves as a timely reminder that anything can be accomplished. If you can dream it, there is no reason you can't make it a reality. If something is in the possession of another person, it is also available to you. So try to remain calm. What's meant for you will not pass you by. Let go of tension and relax. Someone needs to hear this. 1111 wish come true. You're in for a lucky break. It may come as happy news, experience, new opportunities, or an exciting acquaintance. You will find yourself in the right place at the right time. It's not a coincidence, it's a gift from fate. I love this. Love, 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 love. Okay, you guys. Fuck, that's so cool. That is so cool. Let's pick an affirmation. What archangel has something to say right now to you? What archangel wants to say something to this collector? A message from Archangel Uriel. She says, call upon me, the Archangel of Epiphanies and brilliant ideas, when you need spiritual messages, revelations, and magic. And your affirmation is, my life is full of magical moments. I see signs and guidance from the angels in all that I do. So you guys are going to start seeing signs like never before, okay? You're very tapped in, very tapped in. You're in your north node. So there you go. Please know that this person from a past lifetime, just let it go right now because God's taking care of it. The universe is taking care of it. You just focus on you and your north node path, okay? Stick on that because you came here for a reason. You came here to conquer, dude. And that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling you came here to like reprogram your DNA. You came here to get rid of this person from the past life. To not even, keep doing your mission is what I'm feeling, okay? You're continuing a mission here, okay? And you are going to complete this. I'm feeling that you've already triumphed. This is the thing. It's we need to get it through our head. You've already won. And I think that it's hard for us to realize this because of everything you've been through, is what I'm feeling with you. You've been through so much that like your body needs to be reprogrammed. Your nervous system is what I'm feeling. It's being reprogrammed. You need to calm down a little bit. Okay? That's what I'm feeling. But what I'm feeling, this is confirmation for somebody that you have come home to yourself energetically. You are aligned, and it was 1818 when I said that, okay? So you are aligned. Don't let this person try to drag you back down, because they will. They're going to try it, okay? Just know that. Like it got in the card, it says expect it. Expect it. This person was doing death magic on you. This person was trying to manipulate your energy. And what God is trying to say is that there might be more people that try to do this, but as long as you try to stay centered, okay, and stay grounded, you'll have no problem because you are so protected, and it is because huge mission here, okay? So keep on your path, okay? Keep going. You're doing great, okay? Keep going. Keep going. Do not give up. You've already won, okay? Get that through your life. You've already won. Okay. I love you so much. I'll see you in the next one. Okay. You're doing great.
Others pressed him. Conte could only wave it off. The truth is, 3 of Didier Deschamps' decisions crushed him. First, Didier turned a blind eye as Mbappé took Conte's captain's armband. It was even Conte's 35th birthday. Didier didn't even show up at the birthday party. And when Conte thanked his teammates, Mbappé didn't even look up. Even Conte's family felt awkward watching it. Second, Didier once said Conte had a poor 2018 World Cup.
What's the best idea that never made it to air? Oh, we were going to do Iron Man 3, you know, when the plane is crashing and Iron Man joins everybody up, you know, to save their lives. We thought, why don't we do mid-air Formula 1 time?
I always look dumb. Our 17-year-old son has received a gift. It's pretty heavy, so we had to use the forklift for it. And I know what it is, but he does not know what it is, so let's go check it out. Alright.
The best way to clean...
I wanted to say something about the phone. Because I have the money, a lot of the money experience for them in England. You guys were talking a lot about the guys that were not there. I think we should talk about this team. Talk about the guys that were not selected. You believe in him now?
Always have done.
Oh, okay. That's what you need to do because he's a good coach and he's doing a good job. I wanted to say...
So Stonehenge, the Neolithic standing stone circle located on Salisbury Plain in Wiltshire, England, offers valuable insight into prehistoric Britain. Construction at Stonehenge began as early as 3000 BC, with subsequent modifications during the following 2 millennia. The megaliths of Stonehenge are divided into 2 major categories: sarsen stones and blue stones. The larger sarsens comprise dur-crust siltgreen, predominantly sourced from the West Woods, Marlborough, approximately 25 kilometers north, that had been quarried in Hull.
No.
So stone,
This man actually...
It's the first half you're paying and I get the rest on the tourism.
Ford F-150 pickup truck. How many do you think they sell in America? It's 2,500 a day. And Ford has decided amazingly they're about to introduce a hybrid F-150 pickup truck. I can't imagine that F-150 owners are very interested in a hybrid. They don't know what it is. They've actually done some research over there, and it turns out that F-150 customers, when asked, list fuel consumption as the 28th most important thing in their lives.
to us as a shy girl, and she was so cute. So I literally marched my way to reception, and I was like, okay, I'll take her. Mama, what did you do when you little bitch? I love you. Oh my god. She was like screaming the entire time. But anywhere, anything I'm doing, she's doing it with me. So I think she doesn't need to be angry. It's just her love language. Violet, people always say to me, like, in the comments, is she okay? Or she looks so angry. Are you good? No, Violet.
Can I get a thing to hand?
Okay. Well then.
I'll have to do manual labour.
Oh, yeah, no, for 6 weeks. The old ticker. Yeah.
I've got to do nothing. I'll just watch it.
That's good. You're not cow or horse. I'm going to put you down by now. All right.
Given the name of the sheep, we were expecting the roundup to be a dog.
Hey, steady, hello? What? Hey, sheep! Why? Oh,
Clearly, Caleb needed help. I decided to use my car instead.
Where are they?
in the fall.
Are you kidding? Out of the fort. Yes. With the inspection pan just yards away.
Mom!
Success was a certainty, but then a splinter group jumped over the electric fence, and the rest sold as a dummy and broke free as well.
Good morning, Mr. Acid Man. Is the name of this 2004 class.
Thanks a lot, dear. That's all the call for the uppercut one, but
You can get a free key.
One of the things that makes me proud to be Irish, actually. In many countries, these buildings were attacked and destroyed. Up until very recently, you had things in Scotland, stone killers, in Canada, stone killers, that went around with huge beer. Conventional archaeology tells us that civilization began in the Middle East and then moved west, eventually reaching the Atlantic coast. Likewise, mainstream historians have told us how megalithic structures originated also in the Middle East, following the same east to west trajectory in tandem with the spread of agricultural methods, which originated in the Fertile Crescent, far away Mesopotamia and Sumer. Then how is it that the Atlantic coastal regions, such as the west coast of Ireland, contain some of the oldest megalithic structures on Earth? My name is Thomas Sheridan, and for most of my life I've been obsessed with the ancient sites of Ireland, believing there was a much deeper and broader secret to be uncovered. Before there was technology, there was magic. And this magic was a magical technology. It involved rituals as well as altering the landscape in order to achieve certain physical, material, as well as psychological changes in the population. We cannot put ourselves in the same footsteps as these ancient people. They were different. They were not us. They saw things differently. We have to go back and think how they may have done it. And they've left clues in the landscape on what they were thinking. What they call Celtic or Gaelic or Irish mythology is often applied to these sites. Stories of heroes, gods, goddesses. But this comes from a time thousands of years after these structures were built. We have to ask ourselves, what was their stories? What was their mythology? And what were they really creating? Join me as we uncover the moss from ancient stones and ask ourselves what was really going on in very ancient Ireland.
Keep going.
Killers.
this might just connect for a very specific person or a small group of people. But I know that sometimes when I say that, some of you will comment and say that those readings where I say it's just for one person or a small group end up connecting the most for you. So hopefully that's the case, and hopefully if you felt guided to this video, there's some kind of message here for you. Okay, so I'm going to do my best to explain this kind of strange energy dynamic I was picking up on. So the dynamic that I was getting is of a divine feminine who has been really working on herself. The word evolving is coming out. So I feel like this specific divine feminine has been really focused on her own growth, her own self-development. But I also get the sense of her very much being in flow with herself. So there is this sense that she's sort of been like flowing with her life, letting things kind of progress naturally in her life. And then I feel along that pathway something has happened. I feel like this felt disruptive for you. So it could have been some kind of loss. It could be a separation with a person. It might be that someone lashed out at you or something in your life fell apart. The thing I get about this is that it felt very sudden, but also from an energetic perspective, it really wasn't so sudden, because I'm getting that there had been this like mismatch between you and that person or that thing for a while. But then when things fell apart, it felt like it happened very suddenly. So if this is for you, I really feel like there are some messages wanting to come through here for you. But first, if you would like to work within this energy to shift and align your own energy field and to manifest a sense of ease, peace, stability through all of this, as well as to keep yourself in that super high vibrational flow state that helps you effortlessly magnetize yourself for your desires and manifest forward in your life, I have a couple different supplementals from my app, Sound and Soulful, that I would really recommend for you. The first one is Divine Physical Stability. This supplemental is designed to increase your sense of inner confidence and stability, to allow you to feel confident in your feel is a mismatch to you for a long time. So I feel like this was something that was, I'm hearing, struggling to keep up with you energetically. So it feels like maybe in the beginning when you first met this person or you first encountered this thing, in the early stages, I feel like you very much felt kind of like in alignment with it. You may have felt like you were happy with whatever this was. You were kind of flowing with it, seeing where it was going to go. What I'm getting is that over the course of time, something happened where your energy kept shifting and you kept growing and evolving. And I feel like this person or energy stayed more stagnant. And so there began to be this kind of mismatch. Now, if this is a person, like a friendship, a romantic person, something like that, what I'm getting very strongly is that this is someone who was deeply unhappy within themselves in their own life. And what I'm getting is that somehow they were projecting this unhappiness onto you. So they were making it your fault that they were unhappy within themselves. I feel like this may have gone on for a period of time where you started to feel as though you were somehow responsible for this person's happiness, or they were like trying to make you responsible for their happiness. What I'm getting is that you chose happiness, so you chose to not attempt to soothe this person's unhappiness in themselves. You chose to keep going towards your own happiness. And it reminds me of an Abraham Hicks idea that when you focus on your own happiness, either people who are unhappy have to find that happiness within themselves to keep connecting with you, or they're going to fade out of your experience, because from that perspective, the only way quote unquote unhappy people can stay in your experience is through your continued attention on them. So the idea with this teaching is that when you really focus on cultivating your own joy, your own happiness, your own peace, and you refuse
choose to compromise that energy of peace or happiness within yourself, other people really have no choice but to either catch up with you to that level or to fade out of your life. The problem with this specific person is because of some kind of pre-existing bond or emotional attachment, I feel like for a while you maybe were compromising your happiness to try and appease them. Maybe for a while you thought that you could like fix them or make it better or make them feel better, but somehow I'm hearing the hole kept getting dug deeper. It's like you kept feeling like things were in a way spiraling worse and worse. Like the more dependent they felt on you for their happiness, the more resentful they actually became towards you, and that lessened like this pure feeling of love, or kind of inhibited that pure love that had been between the two of you prior to that. So I feel like you made this choice basically to be happy no matter what, to focus on finding joy in your own life. And I feel like in doing so, you set up a natural boundary with this person that said, I am no longer going to be responsible for your happiness. You can either join me at this level or we won't be connecting right now. Now, the challenging thing about this is I feel like now you have this blend of both feeling deeply at peace within yourself. Like, I get this feeling of ease around you. It feels like without the pressure of this person trying to use you to compensate for their own unhappiness, your energy field feels lighter. It actually feels like this has freed up a lot of energy that you are able to now focus on yourself or your own goals. But I also get that on the other hand, there has been this sadness here as well, because there was this pure love connection, and I feel like that never really went away. I feel like there is still that pure loving connection between the two of you. It's just been a bit inhibited by the resentment that got kind of tangled up because this person was trying to use you as a bridge to their own happiness. I feel like now there's this situation where you're both kind of mixed up by this, but again, I feel like you are going towards higher levels. You are, in a way, healing your heart, and I feel like your life is about to get so beautiful. I pulled the Ten of Pentacles at the beginning of this reading, and this is the Abundance card, so I feel like your life is opening up in so many ways, and because you're intuitive, you've probably already sensed this on a psychic level, so you're probably already feeling that. It might be hard to explain or describe, but it's like even through the sadness, you're noticing that your energy is becoming like softer, more open. You might feel like there's sort of this newfound glow about you. You might be noticing that you are attracting more positive interactions, people, experiences into your life. Yeah, because you're really holding the energy of union here with this Two of Cups card. I'm hearing no longer your responsibility. Yeah, you're making this person no longer your responsibility. The thing is, I feel like they're taking this as a rejection, but really it's an invitation for them to actually find a different kind of happiness within themselves, and for the two of you to connect on a higher level. I'm getting the word scared. I feel like this person was very scared by the attachment that they felt to you and still feel to you. This person is scared because they still feel so heavily bonded to you. Their heart is still so open towards you. And I feel like this is someone who has tried to close themselves off to so many people and situations in the past. I'm hearing serial dater. I feel like this may be someone who had a lot of relationships that were short-lived romantically, and they were always sort of like running away with the walking away card. Yeah, my guides say it's not walking, it's running. I feel like I'm seeing cherry blossom trees for someone. I feel like they're trying to repeat the same pattern of just letting go and walking away and pursuing more superficial people or connections, but they can't let go. It's like this time they can't let you go, and that is scaring them because they've never felt that way about anyone before. They've never felt so bonded to someone that they can't let go, even when they're trying to, even when their ego is triggered, even when they're trying to walk away. I'm hearing something about creating chaos or just like disrupting the peace. I feel like this person had a tendency to create chaos. So for example, you might have been having like a lovely date or a beautiful night or whatever, and suddenly they would just create an argument or create chaos. What I'm hearing is that this was actually coming from a deeper place within themselves. I feel like at some point this person was like feeling scared by how attached to you they were, that they were trying to sabotage the connection unconsciously. I don't feel like they were conscious of this, but I feel like they were trying to look for reasons to paint you out to be a villain or reasons to disconnect, when in reality they were just feeling really low. I almost want to say like worthless within themselves, and they felt scared by how attached they were to you because they didn't trust themselves to be able to maintain this connection towards you, to be able to be enough for you. And so I feel like they got very triggered by like this fear of losing you, and then would actively try to find ways to sabotage the connection. And I see that for a while you would try to talk them through all of these things, you would try to kind of soothe them whenever they were creating chaos, but ultimately there's been a shift in your energy. I feel like your spirit has been guiding you into healing. For some of you, you may be opening up to people around you, trusted friends, therapists, counselors, coaches, like people that you trust or care about. I feel like for a while you were not opening up to people about what was really going on in this relationship or connection because you thought that you could change this person. You didn't want to spread negativity about them. You wanted to believe in the best version of them. But I now get the sense of you being honest with yourself and others about how this person was really treating you. I heard the word devolved. I feel like this actually started in a really beautiful place, but then it felt like the more attached this person became, the more it devolved, and that is because of that fear that we were talking about. Like, they sensed that they were becoming more attached to you. I heard Crystal Lake. I don't know if that means something for someone. I'm also hearing the words drive, scale, French, price, Japanese, football, king, chicken, John, goose, kitchen, pride. These could hold meaning for someone. Okay, so I actually feel like I see that you activated this person into a new purpose, it's not really a new purpose, it's like you revealed their true soul's purpose here on earth, but now it's like they have to step up and like reach for their destiny in a sense. They have to go through some kind of like spiritual up-leveling with the spiritual maturity card.
100 Questions is now on Patreon. If you want the full 100 questions, completely ad-free, uninterrupted, and all of its chaotic glory, it's the place to be. Wait, come on. It's not just the 100 questions. No. There's so much more. Along with the extended cuts, you get exclusive group chat access. You suggest guests and questions for us, and chat with other fans of the show. You also get an exclusive monthly audience Q&A with me, bonus questions from each guest, and the post-show debrief with myself and one of the 100 Questions team, as well as that behind-the-scenes content from how the episodes actually came together. To celebrate the launch of 100 Questions, we have an exclusive founders tier available for the first 100 people. You'll support directly.
Hard, but I do feel like even now, if there's a disconnect, I saw 444 for someone, even if there's a disconnect or a separation, this person's heart is really open towards you, is what I'm picking up on. And they are very much still aware of you psychically and intuitively. There's still this very strong energetic bond. I feel like the biggest thing that this person can't forget about you is how I see like a child handing someone flowers that they picked from a field, and I feel that represents you bringing out this person's inner child, like you reminding them of this younger, sweeter, more heart-open version, like an alive version of themselves. I got the word monotonous, so I feel like their life prior to meeting you had become really repetitive, really boring, really monotonous, but they hadn't even realized that. I feel like they are at this point trying in a way to trigger you to chase them, because they're trying to bring their own chaos into balance here, but it's very important that you actually maintain the higher balance of this connection by not chasing. I feel like you might be getting that temptation to chase this person because there has been such a strong emotional connection, but I feel that your guides are really encouraging you to stay strong here, to allow this person to feel your absence, because I feel like your absence is activating them into a higher level of spiritual maturity. I feel like this isn't really about you at all. Like, it feels like it's about you specifically. Maybe they've pointed to specific things that you've said or done or that have happened between the two of you, but it's always felt kind of confusing because to you, their reactions to these things have been feeling disproportionate lately. The reason for that is it's not really about you. It's not really about the things that you said or done to this person. It's about, well, first of all, the fact that they feel so attached to you that it's triggering their fear of losing you. And so they're sabotaging things because they're afraid they're never going to be good enough for you. But on top of that, you've actually opened up this person to a realization that they want to change their entire life. I feel like this could be someone who's going to be quitting their job or switching careers or moving to a new location, changing their whole life. It's like, I really feel your love has changed this entire person's life trajectory, and now it's like their soul realizes on some level that they need the space to allow this rearrangement of their life, to allow themselves to go down this new trajectory. But I feel like on your side of things, it's very important that you do not engage with this person's chaos, the chaos they're creating, because they are afraid of how attached they've become. And that instead, you hold the energy of peace within yourself. I'm hearing do whatever you need to do every single day. I saw something like taking a bath, doing things that relax you, doing things that bring you peace. Do anything and everything you can to bring yourself into that energy of peace, because I feel that is what magnetizes the highest version of this person to come towards you. Now, I feel that that is very likely to happen, but it will take time, and it has to be a free will choice that they make to allow their own healing, to allow themselves to actually connect with you from that state of peace that you're cultivating within yourself. I just keep hearing stay strong. Yeah, I feel like you've been tempted to contact this person or to reach out to them, but that's because you are feeling their energy really strongly. And the reason you're feeling their energy so strongly is because you are the one who literally activated these changes that are taking place in their life right now, this whole shift in their entire life trajectory, which does happen a lot to you. I feel like often in these readings we talk about a specific dynamic, but by the end of the reading we're talking about these major themes in your life generally, and that play out in so many ways in all of your interactions with others. Because what I'm getting is very often you are like the tower moment that others want to avoid. You are this like earthquake of a spiritual experience where when someone meets you, it completely shifts the entire trajectory of their lives. Like, I feel anyone who meets you and has a meaningful connection with you is never the same after they meet you. And it's both a profound gift that you give to others, but at times I'm sure it feels like a curse as well, because in the process of that, your connections with others can get very messy, very chaotic, very emotionally charged. It can feel like you're being rejected when what is actually being rejected is this tower moment that you've created through your energy.
My wife called me lazy because I never do the things I say I'll do. I thought it was depression. We were both wrong. The kitchen light has been out all week. My wife asked me to change it on day 1. She reminded me on day 4.
Right, yeah.
She stopped reminding and changed it herself on day 7. I was home the entire time. She told her sister I was lazy. I heard it through the wall and I didn't argue because I thought so too my whole life. But here's what I could never explain to her or anyone. I desperately want to do these things. The motivation is right there in my head, but my body just won't follow. I'm exhausted at even the thought of starting, but I can scroll my phone for hours, no problem. And I can't explain that to anyone without sounding lazy. I have whole notebooks full of plans. The plan was never the problem. The plan was never the problem. I just can't make myself do the plan. And every night I go to bed thinking tomorrow will be different, and it never is. And the shame that comes with that when everyone around you treats you like you're lazy and irresponsible, trust me, I don't want to be like this. I always felt like something was holding me back, like an invisible wall between me and everything that actually matters. Well, I just never knew what it was. Then I found a quiz that finally gave me an answer. Executive dysfunction, which means the connection between wanting to do something and actually doing is broken in my brain. Nothing to do with being lazy, just how I'm wired. And here's the thing, it's hard to figure this out on your own. I tried for 20 years. The quiz did what I couldn't. It showed me exactly where my brain gets stuck and then gave me a plan with actual tools I can use every day, not another to-do list. Things that work with my brain instead of against it. A month later, my wife came home and the kitchen light was fixed. The hallway light was fixed. I'd even cleaned out the garage, and she'd been asking about since last summer. She just said, I don't know what changed, but don't stop. And for the first time in years, she started asking me for things again. Which means she started trusting me again. That's the part that matters. Take Liven's free 3-minute quiz. No more guilt. No more wasted years.
Through your presence in that person's life, with the Emperor and the Knight of Wands in the reverse position, yeah, I feel like this is someone who was in that Knight of Wands reversed energy where they were very much like wanting to move quickly, but I'm hearing it wasn't grounded. It was like baseless is what I'm getting. It didn't have a strong foundation. So they may have, for example, wanted to move very quickly with you, but it kind of to you felt like empty words or empty promises because they weren't really backing it up with action that they were taking. But your energy is sending them through this tower moment that is breaking them out of their like repetitive, monotonous version of their life, and it is pushing them into this emperor version of themselves. There's something about them creating more structure in their day, being more self-disciplined, like, which of course is all connected with the energy of the emperor. And I feel like they always knew their potential deep down, but they weren't realizing it. They weren't really activating it. And now somehow connecting with you has activated them into that emperor version of themselves. But it's so important that you stay strong. Lean on your community as well with the community card and the 3 of Cups. I feel like it's really important for you to not isolate yourself, to find healthy, supportive ways to lean on people around you, whether it's friendships, just forms of community, just getting outside into nature. There's something about venting this energy, not staying like cooped up and self-isolated, but letting yourself lean on people around you who really listen to you, who respect you, who love you, who see you on a deeper level. That's really going to help you to stay strong on your end of things during this time, to allow this person to use their free will to make their own choices and go through this transformation that you sparked within them. So if you would like help staying stable, staying balanced, staying in a positive energy through all of this, definitely check out these subliminals I've created in my app, Sound and Soulful, specifically the magnetic feminine energy subliminal and divine physical stability. And if you're ready to get started with those, click the link in the pinned comment or description box below. Otherwise, I'm sending you all so much love. Have a beautiful day, and I will connect with you here again in the next video.
Everyone thinks they know the market, but do you really know where to move?
Follow the signals and join millions of investors on eToro with an AI that helps you understand who, how, and why. eToro, no better.
I'm here to talk about OpenGate and why I love that format so much. Now, OpenGate refers to your camera's ability to read full width and height of its sensor, which means you get a much larger video image and you don't have to worry about cropping your content before you get to the edit.
is thought, and how is it attached to the reality that you experience? How is it that some people seem to be master manifestors, immediately creating their dreams and desires instantly, while others seem to struggle and create nothing but frustration and lack? Do your thoughts actually have the power to create your reality? Can thoughts actually become things? And if so, how is this all possible?
When we actually get into the metaphysics and the material part of it, we might forget where the beginning was. But the beginning, when you trace it back, is your thoughts. Your thoughts create reality.
Your thoughts are the most powerful things that you possess when it comes to creating your reality. But most people focus on thoughts and things when it comes to that how thoughts become things. The real focus should be on how, which is the process, and the things that you have control over. The other word that's important is become. Become refers to the changes that you'll need to make and who you'll need to become in order to create and maintain the things that you desire most.
So we've got pictures flying on our mind all the time. And I believe most people think of that as thinking, and it's really not. It's mental activity, but it's not thinking. Thinking, I believe, is a high function, but we're taking to give direction to spirit that's flowing through and through us.
The pictures in your mind and the feelings that you hold are the beginning of the reality you experience. The thoughts that produce your reality are your highest power. They are the true power of creation.
Thinking is, in my opinion, the highest function that we're capable of. And the problem is most people do not think. And when you say that, I remember Earl Nightingale one time said if the average person simply was thinking, it would be speechless. And you hear that, you sort of laugh and say, that's cute. But it's also true. If you listen to most people, they'd never say what they were saying if they were thinking. And if you observe their behavior, they'd never do what they were doing if they were thinking. So, although it's the highest function we're capable of, very few people do it.
I think the biggest mistake when people are formulating their thoughts is that they think too small. They think in terms of past experiences. Most of what we're going for is based on what we think is possible. What we think is possible is based on our past experience. It's what we already tried, somebody else tried, something we heard, something we read, something we saw on television or in a movie or in the news. And we don't stretch. We don't think big. I actually think we should be thinking so big that other people will go crazy when they hear our ideas. So the big mistake people make when they're thinking is thinking too small, thinking too safe, thinking too comfortable.
We can create at any scale, large or small. The size doesn't really matter. The real question is, do you see it in your mind? Do you see it clear enough to begin the creation process? A vision or a goal that is specific and clear becomes attainable and near.
There is a misconception about the connection between your thoughts and the things you experience. Most people think that thoughts are actually bringing these things into existence, and for the most part, that's not actually true. Everything that you want or sincerely desire already exists in some form or another, even things that haven't been invented yet. Pause for a moment and observe that the seeds of inspiration that led to those inventions are all around us. They appear in the form of problems to be solved and solutions that we need. These problems, challenges, and questions are ready to whisper to those who will listen. Those who hear these whispers and think on them with imagination will become the creators of the inventions we have yet to experience.
It began as a thought. I don't care if you wanted a car, you wanted a house, you wanted a relationship, you wanted better health, you wanted spiritual awakening. I don't care what it is. You want a movement to end war. I don't know what might come to mind, but the idea is it begins with a thought. So the correlation is thought will lead to concrete reality.
The universe, the unified field, respond back to us, sending back to us an equal amount of energy at the corresponding frequency, vibrational frequency that we have sent out.
More often than not, we'll say, gee, I'd always like to get that, or I'd like to have this. We really don't pay attention to it. And when it shows up, the first thing we do is that thought comes up that says, well, that's only for the lucky people. That's only for people who know what's really going on, or they know how to run their mind, they know the secrets. Well, the secret is you're never disconnected. The question is, are you really willing to connect on the inside and then direct your thoughts to what you want so that they line up with what's already out there on the outside?
Nothing's created or destroyed. If nothing's created or destroyed, everything's already here. It's not a matter of getting it, it's a matter of tuning in to what's here.
Everything that exists and ever will exist already exists. The question is, are you tuning your thoughts into what's already existing so that you can actually ride on that same plane with it?
I like the way the Maharaja put it. I heard a story, I don't know if it's true, but when he was deciding to take transcendental meditation to the world, one of his key people said, it's going to cost a lot of money. Where's the money going to come from? He said, wherever it is right now. And of course, he was telling the truth. Because that's where the money does come from, wherever it is right now. You've got to attract it. But you see, if you have lack and limitation in your present results, you don't worry. You build an image of the good you desire. That's when you start thinking. And you build the image of prosperity. And you internalize that. Then you'll move into the vibration and attract it. Everything operates on frequencies. And we're on the frequency of what we don't want, generally. We've got to move on to the frequency of what we do want.
Speaking about money and abundance, one of my mentors put it this way. He said, they're always printing money at the mint. Every single day. They don't stop. And you get to decide how much of it will come into your life.
What we think about inside is directly connected to what will occur in our reality outside. Most people are not authentically connected to the things they truly want, so they never manifest the things that will make them happy and fulfilled. When we try to connect with things that are not in line with our highest values, we will always struggle to manifest them. When we connect to those things that are authentic to us and in line with our greatest values, we don't have to work very hard to start seeing results.
Second by second, your brain is changing. It's impossible not to have changes in the brain. It's neuroplastic and remodeling itself second by second.
Our inside world and our outside world are always connected. The question is, where are we asking ourselves to disconnect? And that's what social media and TV really does. It takes us to another world, and then we start doing compare and contrast models with ourselves. Am I good enough? Is that successful? Am I tall enough? Am I pretty enough? Am I smart enough? Am I educated enough? Do I have enough money? Do I have whatever? Do I have enough followers? One of my favorite ones. How many subscribers do I have? Okay, but here's the thing. If all of that was really, really real, every single person on the planet would be doing it, and they would be doing it authentically. Why? Because the people that necessarily on social media, and we all do it from a certain point of view, want to portray a certain image of themselves. And the moment they're portraying that image, it's so that you perceive them that way, and you can follow or subscribe. But it doesn't mean that's who they really are, and it has very little to do with you, because again, they're showing a perception. You're then perceiving that perception with your own filters, and next thing you know, there's this third world that's been created. Their invitation, your perception, and now you're over here. We're so disconnected from what's authentically ourselves, we can't see the forest through the trees.
When you compare yourself to others, you'll inject the values of others into your life, and you'll try to be somebody you're not. And that inauthenticity stops you from shining the magnificence